Ladies and gentlemen, we have a last-minute change in the program. We're having problems establishing the connection with our next speaker. Hence, we'll shift it slightly and we'll have the behind the scenes of the European Rover Challenge with Szymon Dzwończyk, Leo Rover Deputy Head of ERC Jury, and Anna Łosiak, Institute of Geological Sciences, Polish Academy of Sciences, and ERC Science. How are you?
Very good, very good. Very busy.
Very busy, I would imagine hugely busy. It looks like a really complicated event to organize and launch. Tell us all about it.
Oh my, where can we start?
If it's possible in the first place.
Well, it should be possible. One of the things that we should be able to do is communicate clearly what we are doing, but it will be a very long story because we start our tasks a year before. So like literally after every ERC, we take about a week of a break, and then
only a week.
Yep.
Not much of a holiday after.
Nope. Nope. Then we need to start planning for all other things that we will be coming into the reality next year. So
Anna, let's get all the statistics out of the way. How big is the team? How big is the challenge?
So
like in numbers.
So well, the numbers are about 6 to 10 people, depending on how you count, because some people are more involved than others. This is the size of our science team, I mean. So only people that are focused on making sure that entire design of the Mars yard is appropriate, both from geological, scientific point of view, but also from the point of view of having a competition.
What do you mean by appropriate? It's obviously not accidental. It's a replicated version of an image, isn't it?
Exactly. Well, not only image, it's a replicated version of a true geological setting, and a very specific one. Every year we are replicating a location on Mars, a different location on Mars. So for example, last year it was the Jezero crater where Perseverance landed. This year we are focusing on Elysium, which is a volcanic region within Mars, and we are not copying the Mars surface one-to-one, because either it would be, flat and quite boring looking, or it would be very, very complicated for rovers to do anything on them. So one of the main challenges is not to is to design everything that it looks good, because it needs to look good.
It does, and we also happen to have brilliant weather today. Hopefully tomorrow and the day after as well.
Yeah, let's hope so. Yes. But it has to look good on pictures. It has to be appropriate from the point of view of having a rover competition, so that everybody can participate. So we have people that are less advanced, we have people that are more advanced, and everyone needs to be able to find something challenging and something easy for them to do. And also it needs to be appropriate from the geological point of view, because this is a part of scientific challenge.
I'm sure everyone has already found something challenging for them.
I hope so.
In this edition already. Szymon, tell us, what's your perspective on the behind-the-scenes perspective on this event?
Yeah, so actually, in our case, like I'm the head of the remote version of the competition, so something new that is only the second edition of this version. And
little wonder, given that we are sending signals now to Mars, 17 minutes later, we can fly a helicopter there, right?
Yeah. Then you have like everything.
So it's a scaled down version of a remote event.
Exactly. Yeah, so these are built on our like commercial product, because we are a commercial partner as well of this ERC. But the thing is that like we have so there are two actually ways to views on the preparation here, because first thing is what we do as the judges and as the partners and as the whole team who build and then prepare the whole environment for the teams, and second is that the teams actually tested their, at least in remote, they already almost been here like 3 times already on this like last year.
Almost been here.
Oh yeah, I'm saying almost, but remotely. Yeah. So they have, like, during this whole year they had 3 test drives. They needed to prepare some videos. They needed to prepare some documentation for that. So this was actually this whole year of like preparing to this challenge. So it's not only the thing that you see now, but these teams are really well prepared.
Szymon, but it's not just, you know, driving the rover on our Mars yard. So how much mathematics and coding is involved in the complexity of it?
Right.
Because just to handle the whole thing remotely, everyone could do that, let's say. But
not everyone.
Apparently it's much more complex. So what's the job? I mean,
So
they look at it through the camera lens, right? Don't they?
Exactly. So if you imagine like how does it look from the perspective of like really low hanged camera, that's like the perspective is really different. Like you can really get lost on this Mars yard. It's huge. It's actually huge for these rovers. And so that's the first thing. And the second thing is that the teams need to prepare, like they should prepare. They don't have to, but it's always advantageous to prepare some software for localization, for example, where they can actually localize themselves on this Mars yard if they get lost, and then if they want to reach the waypoints, like get the score, the actual score.
Essentially mathematical mapping of the entire area.
It's based on mapping.
Based
from
on what? Drone footage? Or?
Stereo vision camera.
Okay.
There is stereo vision camera on the rover that provides them the depth image. And second thing is that we have like 15 AR tags on the terrain. They are called landmarks. So they can actually, like, based on that, they actually know the location of these landmarks. So then they can actually like triangulate their position on the terrain.
Finally, some useful application for beacons, isn't it?
Yes, finally someone uses that. Yeah.
Well, just to clarify, they do get information about the Mars yard surface and, you know, the holes and the mountains, and also a lot of other information that they can get from the image before the competition itself. And this is how they plan their both the navigational task that is the important thing, but also the science task.
I haven't seen the Mars yard myself yet because I'm in this conference room from the very beginning, but I'm planning to definitely very soon.
Yay.
But looking at the way you smile, Anna, when talking about it, I'm sure you set a trap or two in this Mars yard so that at least the smaller rovers can fall into it directly.
More than one or two, actually.
Than one or two, I see.
And the judges can fall into the...
And the judges can fall into the
Yes,
trap.
they can, but they shouldn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, all of the health and safety procedures are duly observed. No worries here.
Exactly, yes.
Anything else you would like to share with us about the behind the scenes of organizing this event?
We are always...
Because you look wonderfully relaxed, both of you. You probably didn't sleep much over the last week, but still, you somehow managed.
Week? More than a week, believe me. No. Well, we are very excited to be here because it's an amazing event. And what we would like to say is that if anyone would like to join our team, for science, especially, you know, people that are doing some sciencey things. We are always yes, we want nerdy people. We are always happy to have some additional team members, and it's a lot of work and a lot of challenging work and a lot of stress, but it's all worth it because it's wonderful.
And you have probably just coined the most user-friendly adjective about science I have ever come across, and that is doing sciencey things. So all of you doing sciencey things, this is the place for you, not only about education and awareness raising, but really fascinating, something that can be addictive in a non-biological sense, hopefully.
Well, considering how much time, effort, and thinking and stress we are devoting to this project, I think it is some kind of addiction, a good addiction, because a lot of wonderful things came up of that. But we are all crazy, so be aware.
Let me ask the two of you a really tricky question now. It may sound simple, but think about it for a moment at least. If you were to think about this entire effort, the team of people working, the building of the Mars yard, connecting with dozens of speakers from all agencies around the world, interviews, chats, preparation, juries, procedures, drafting all the documents that need to be drafted, surveyed, checked, etc. It's a huge effort. So my question is, if you were to identify the top 3 value-added items from organizing such a huge enterprise from your perspective, I mean, look at value in a very broad sense. What's the actual value that drives you to commit to such an extent to work on an event like this in Poland, especially?
So in case of values, I would say fun. So that's something that really brings our
stand-up comedy would have been easier in that case.
So I don't have any experience in that, but I have some experience in rovers, so maybe not.
So it's fun. The fun factor is number 1 for you.
So
or
that's
number 3.
that's the I would say even team building experience for the whole team of like friends and like people who you want to work with, and you have the opportunity to build something there. Like it's the same thing from the perspective of the judges and the teams as well. So in case of on-site teams, for example, where they build the rovers, they want to have something in common, right? So they want to have this goal and build something together with the friends. And we are doing the same actually as judges. We are doing the same. We are building this competition, we're building maybe somewhere like the rules, which are like seem boring, but then we are building the Mars yard, we're building the rovers, the setups, the things for the teams, and that's fun. Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Szymon, but in the past there was an instance where one of the rovers didn't reach its destination, and the rest of the teams was it at ERC or was it at another international rover event? You know what happened? Essentially, one rover didn't reach the destination. It was a big media story. And the other teams helped whatever spare parts they had to rebuild the rover. You must have heard this story. So that's the kind of team spirit we're talking about here. Even though people compete, they're essentially ready to help exchange ideas, help solve problems.
So I've seen that from the other perspective, because in the first edition of ERC, I was the team. So I was like not only me, but I was the head of the Scorpio team from Wrocław University of Technology, and there is no such thing as like unfair advantages, etc. Like teams tend to work together because it's already hard, and you want to know people, to learn about different approaches, and like get know the like there are parties after the challenge, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the same teams who normally take part in the competition and try to like fight each other. Mm-hmm. They're then partying like one card.
Thank you very much, Szymon. So it's really fun and team spirit for you. How about you, Anna?
Also possibility to teach engineers about geology and make geologists learn about engineering.
Wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful to have you here. Thank you for finding the time, despite the busy schedule, to share some of those stories with us today. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, thank you as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll come back to you shortly, in a short while.